Welcome to Soul Busy. I'm Rach. And I'm Carli, your CEO and COO sisters. We share unfiltered convo on balancing hustle with mindfulness while running successful businesses with soul and the real life between it all. Ashley Demato-Cooney is a Boston-based, born and raised social media influencer who loves to share her day-to-day life, workouts, outfits, and relationship with her followers. She is best known for her strong Boston accent, which her husband, Kevin Cooney, continuously teases her about in his content. They recently got married in December 2023 and are now expecting their first baby coming February 2025. Pisces? Welcome, Ashley.
We love Pisces.
We love a Pisces. That's our mom.
It's in Aries, though, because of the
cusp.
It's February 8th. So it's like an early.
Oh, an early February.
Aries is April. It's me.
Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm really bad at this.
I forgive you.
Does it go Aries, February,
Aries.
March, April? Yeah. Aries. No, that would be.
Aquarius, maybe? I think it's
it's Aquarius. That's my daughter.
Yeah.
A lovely child.
Oh, I love that.
Yes, lovely.
Aquarius girls, we love this.
I was on the cusp with Sadie, and I was going to have her. She's going to be a Capricorn. I went a week late on my second baby. She turned into an Aquarius.
I like it.
It's funny how you can plan.
I know. Well, so that's my sister is actually super into all this stuff. And she told me that if the baby comes, I don't know if it's the late or early one. I think it has to be the late one because she's a Capricorn. So she would love the Capricorn. But she was like, if the baby comes late and it's a boy, we're not going to get along. I'm going to need therapy. I was like,
I honestly went through that too because Capricorns and Leos are apparently not compatible. And I'm a Leo and not compatible with the rest of my family. So I was so afraid she was going to be a Capricorn. And then she came, now she's an Aquarius.
Capricorns are a little scary.
They are
for my sister.
Like a ram.
Were you scared of her?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
100%.
Well,
Yeah.
Shall hide next time I see her. I'm kidding.
So tell us about yourself. Welcome. We love you.
you.
I'm obsessed with you.
I'm really obsessed with you.
Thank you guys.
You're a topic of conversation here at Parlor and Sleepy Tie.
I hope all good.
Oh, very good. Very, very loved.
Thank you so much for the coffee too.
Of course.
I mean, literally, there's nothing that could have been better than a Dunks on any day.
I laughed out loud at the content where I found your coffee order. We actually had a debate this morning in our group chat, which was your coffee order, because I saw you say the caramel swirl.
Yep.
Was
She likes it.
previously.
Yep.
And they said it was pumpkin.
Yeah.
So it switches for you.
She's like, I switched
Yeah.
it.
I mean,
I
I'm
got her
definitely
caramel because they didn't have pumpkin.
Oh, you did?
But do you not used to do non-dairy milks, or you always did non-dairy milks?
So yeah, I loved oat milk, but so when you're pregnant, your placenta actually weakens your immune system so that your body doesn't fight off the baby. So now I can have gluten and dairy.
Could you not previously? Mm-mm. Oh, interesting.
It's amazing.
Are you living your best?
Dude, I eat a block of cheddar cheese every night. No joke.
Wait, what? Because you can't have dairy previously to pregnancy, but now you need the calcium too.
She's
not
not
having
having
issues.
calcium. No, I have whole milk again, and I love. Sorry if people think that's gross. I love whole
I have
milk.
whole milk.
I love whole milk.
No. Whole milk's better for you.
Right, skim is water.
Ew,
It's weird.
skim grosses me. I have this debate
Water.
inside of my family with some certain members, and I'm like, skim is disgusting.
It's disgusting.
Whole milk is real. I want
Right.
all the
Yeah,
fat. Give
I
it to me.
love it.
Next time
It's
I'll
so
get you
good.
some whole milk.
Please just
We'll just get you a gallon of
Get you
milk.
some whole milk.
Hood
man.
with a gout. Yeah.
What
I
about
know.
ice cream for you? Has that been a big
You
moment?
know what's really weird? Not that I'm not a big ice cream person, but I either like a soft serve chocolate vanilla swirl in a cone.
Understood.
So good.
Sprinkles or no?
No, I'm not a big. They make the roof of my mouth feel weird.
No interruptions.
Like Captain Crunch.
Love Captain Crunch. Captain Crunch cuts up your mouth.
For
It's,
sure.
waxy.
Ew,
For me,
you're
you know?
so right. It's
Yeah.
gross.
Well, I think it's isn't it just wax? Colored wax?
Why do we like sprinkles?
Sprinkles are really weird. They're tasteless.
Look at this sprinkle beer.
They're
right
like
behind you.
ants. They're like eating
true.
it's a very odd thing.
I don't even know.
Now
I
you guys
I
are
love
never
it.
gonna have
What are we talking?
And we're starting the podcast out with sprinkles.
And Capricorns.
Done.
I find your life interesting. I'd like to know a lot about it. What's a day like for you? And you and your husband, full-time content creators. Is that correct?
Yeah.
That's cool.
And you love it.
I do. I mean, so I worked at Mass Gen for 7 years before getting into social media in any aspect. But I definitely was always that person. I never saw myself getting into social media as a job, but I was that person in college that I was like, oh, I'm kind of annoying how many stories I post because people weren't quite doing that. So I think it was always a plan for me without me knowing, I guess.
You like to share your life.
Love to share my life.
What'd you do at Mass Gen?
You're a
I worked
nurse.
no, everyone thought I was, but My undergrad was in genetics. My master's was in pediatric psych, and I actually worked in cancer research.
Wow, my God, interesting.
Yeah, it was really cool, but I liked being hands-on with the patients, but once you got to research, you realize how much a hospital is a business, which sounds really silly.
No, my God, we have whole episodes about that.
It's like, I just couldn't be a part of that personally. Great for the people who can be, but I'm like, I have so many health issues. I need to be able to like trust healthcare still. And like, I wasn't seeing the back end of it.
No, healthcare has become a business of the sick.
Yeah.
It's
they want
not-
to keep you sick.
Yeah, they want to keep you sick. It's
so
a
especially
sad
in
cycle.
cancer research, I was like, and that's where like they make all their money is through research. So I was just like,
That would have been hard for me too.
Yeah, I was just like, I can't. And like, they didn't even pay me well. So I'm like, okay, it's one, not saying it's one thing, but like, it's one thing if you were paying me millions to kill people, but I'm making $20 an hour now.
Yeah, I need to be paid at least $1 billion to kill someone.
I mean, come on.
Fucking give it to me.
Doing killing. Please up my
Sprinkles
pay.
and killing for millions. Got it. Okay,
Right,
so this is the agenda of the day.
How old were you at that point? Like, were you with Kevin at that point?
Yes. So I quit Mass Gen in like the very end of 2021, and we started dating middle of 2020. So we were already.
You met in COVID?
Oh, flat out full COVID. Yeah.
Whoa,
He actually slid into my DMs. That's how we met.
Shut up. He was like at home in his
must
bathrobe,
love that.
horny, and he's like, this bitch.
Yes.
This, she's it
That's
for
a great
me.
story.
She's it.
Yeah. And everyone always thinks like, were you a fan? And I was like, no. First off, he wasn't even like on TikTok really at that. But I didn't even.
A fan of what?
Yeah. Of renegading. Like, no. No, yeah, he slid into my DMs, and I'm very much his type. If you look at all his ex-girlfriends, it's just copy paste me. No joke. Like,
Really?
brunette,
But
tan.
you're the peak.
I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
Actually, they all had blue eyes, so I was like, actually, they were. But it's okay. It's all right.
No.
I like your eye
I like
color.
your eyes.
Thank you.
It's giving
Thank you.
honey.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like honey brown.
When you said honey, I don't know why Winnie the Pooh came to me. I don't know if it's because the belly is popping out of the shirt. Like
My daughter like sometimes resembles Winnie the Pooh when she waddles through the house, and I crack up.
You have to see her.
No, I have to.
I'll
see
show
this. Wow, I love how this started. So I love this.
We're going
we
right,
just
we're,
met.
we are right in.
We just met.
I know, literally.
So let's go back to COVID for a second, please. So like 2020 slides into your DMs.
Yeah.
What-
So he slid in April and actually started typical Boston romance story. Gronk just announced he was coming out of retirement. Literally, it's about the Patriots. Gronk announced he's coming out of retirement, joining Tom in Tampa. And I like posted, I was like, what the hell? Like, what is happening? Tom, I just got over Tom. Like now, like this is ridiculous. And he swiped up and
Oh, you like sports.
yes, but no.
Like you were sad Rob was leaving.
Yes,
Yeah.
I loved the Patriots then. I'm trying to hold strong now, and it's not about us being good or not. I was just like, we talked about this the other day. We had such an amazing team, and you would think that with social media, we would know more of the players now because they would have some types.
You're right. I actually don't even know one.
I don't know any of them. Like,
Well, I think they were just such
had
studs.
such a
Like they were
legacy.
stars.
and they were attractive, so
Very.
yeah. So we started talking about that, and one thing I always say, guys, my mom tells me I'm pretty. Random strangers on the internet will tell you you're hot. Like, you trying to flirt with me I'll throw a drink in your face. Like, no.
You need more than that.
She's a Boston
me too.
girly.
Yeah, like, I'm good. Like, thanks. My mom tells me I'm pretty. I don't need you telling me. So
You're like, I fucking know. It's like, what else are you gonna do?
I like that mentality though.
So
That's probably what he was attracted to.
oh,
Just that.
he's
There's nothing
scared of
else
it now, but yeah. But we talked for like, it was April 2020, so there was nothing you could do. There was like not even ice cream stores. You can go on walks and like at least get ice cream. So we just like texted for like months, like getting to know one another, which I
Interesting.
loved. It was nothing about my looks. Eventually he started telling me I was pretty, and I would kind of like ignore those texts. If he ever told me he missed me after we started seeing, I like couldn't answer that. I was like, it's a bit too much.
Did
buddy.
he say that?
Yeah, and then he learned quick, like, I wouldn't answer those texts, so then, like, he would be like, okay, she just doesn't like that. And I'm like, yeah, thank you.
I love that
Now
story.
he has to tell me he misses me if I, like, go to the bathroom.
Oh yeah,
and
the
take
rules
too long.
change when the marriage
100%.
happens. I
Yeah.
want immediate contact on what
like,
you
we're not
love
close
about
enough.
me.
Yeah.
Like, so what's your favorite parts about me?
Yeah.
Constantly in my
Always.
marriage.
Yeah.
I find it very interesting that like that's how you met and started dating. Like
What'd you do
2020
when you
is a
first
weird
met? Like,
time.
did you go to dinner?
Oh, no. Okay, so.
This is a quick story, actually. Also,
Oh, yeah,
it's
already about to have
2024.
a
I mean,
baby.
like, yeah, we're
I knew my
fucking,
mom.
we're going,
Yeah.
here we go. Let's go.
Well, our engagement was 8 months. We can talk about that, too. Like,
Holy shit.
Oh, yeah. First date, the beach. because we all weren't
COVID.
just eating but we were eating in lockdown.
You're
so
still like, you're like bikini.
Yeah, you want to see me in a bikini? So I took laxatives for 3 days straight before going to the beach. Yep.
Bitch,
No
I
joke.
bet you still looked fucking fire.
I was
I'm
actually
not doing
my skinniest
it.
I've ever been. And I'm like, pissed, 'cause now looking back on
I
it, I'm
hate
like,
you.
Meanwhile, I was at home like making homemade pizzas, shoving it in my throat, gaining 20 pounds from my wedding.
Well, so I was eating, but I think like all that was left to do was go on walks. So I would walk like 10 miles a day because there was
You were
nothing
one of those.
to do.
You got fit in
Well,
COVID.
I didn't work out though. I just walked.
Fucking
That's
bitch.
working out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fully a
You
workout.
think I just walk?
Running
I
is not
don't.
even on my
Walking
scale
is a
of
chore.
activities.
Oh. Yeah. No, so yeah, I think I had abs and I was sitting here like, oh no. Laxatives 3 days straight.
Respect.
And he's like, he's that kid that like brings his like snorkeling gear to the beach and wants to be playing games.
Full
I
nerd.
reshared your story the other day, or your post the other evening, where you were like, we're in different vibes going to the pool.
Oh my God, yeah.
That's literally my marriage. It's like my husband thinks
When
we're
he was
going on an adventure and I'm going
Yeah.
to sit still. I'm like absolutely
tan.
not. Yes, tanning.
But then they get more tan than us. And it's like
yes.
so unfair.
No, not
they're
mine.
moving.
Mine's translucent.
No.
Losers.
That's so funny. But no, he kept asking if I wanted to go in the water. And I was like, if I stand up right now, I literally think I might poop myself. So I stayed in my seat.
You're like, yeah, I'm stuck in the sand.
Yeah, I never once got up because I was like, it actually might have already, sorry if this is TMI, it might have already came out.
no,
No,
it's
we
fine.
like TMI.
Yeah, so we sat there, and then he actually brought me an Italian sub because I'm Italian. So he was like, she has to like Italian subs, which obviously I do. It was the hottest day of the year, and we didn't eat the Italian sub. The date was 8 hours long until about the last half hour.
Because you were talking.
It was amazing. It really was. We talked about everything first date, literally like the stuff not to say you're not supposed to, but like I was like, I'm no BS anymore. I'm done. I was single for like 4 years before that and loved it. I was fine. I don't care. So I was like, all right, we're getting out of the way. Like to me, like politics, religion, and where we're gonna like raise our babies are important. So we're talking about that right now.
On
love
the
that.
date. That's
First date.
I think that's so smart. We talk about that all the
I
time.
love
Like,
that.
do you align? Yes
Right.
or no?
It's
I'm
very
similar in
important.
Figure it out now.
Wait, don't waste my time.
Right.
Because if we find out like 3 months down the road when my heart's kind of into it and we don't align,
That sucks.
it hurts.
Especially with that stuff.
It makes it
Right.
complicated.
I think people don't talk about that stuff get married, and then they're like, the kids are out, and they're like, oh.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, I thought our kids were going to be Jewish.
Is Kevin from Boston?
He's from Windham, New Hampshire.
Okay.
So pretty
Boston.
close, but yeah, pretty much. But I went to school at UNH, and then he worked at Toast in Boston, Toast Cab. Like,
I invested in Toast.
no way. Yeah. I mean, their stocks
They
right
went
now aren't
way
great.
down
Yeah.
and-
Did
But
you go
they're
to
doing
the Big
well.
Bean in UNH?
You know what's so funny? No, because I was so broke, I couldn't even afford, like,
In college?
yeah.
Oh, same.
So
I
was-
like basically
everyone
ate
else went.
scraps.
Yeah. I ate, what's it called?
Easy
Big-
Mac?
No, not even. That was probably way too expensive. I ate, my mom would go food shopping for me, and I would always bring up like a homemade gravy and just pasta, and like that was really it.
I mean,
Like,
that seems elite
it's
compared to
fine.
Easy Mac.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. And then I worked at a coffee shop, so I would get bagels for breakfast every day there because I would work every morning.
That
Just
checks
to
out.
get
I
free
could
bagels.
see you there.
It was my favorite job. I'd go back
Yeah.
to that. Yeah.
I get that. That's fun.
Wait, it's hilarious. The question was, what do you do?
You're
every day?
dating. Yeah, when here we are. Now we're at bagels.
Well, now tell us what you do every day.
It's actually really funny because, and mind you, everyone can do different routes. Right now, Kevin and I, social media is not a forever thing. It could be for some people, but it could be gone tomorrow. You don't know. So you really have to prepare for, like, it's amazing money. I'm very grateful for it, but like you have to figure out, what if it's gone tomorrow? What are you going to do? Do you go back to your 9 to 5, which is absolutely amazing? You can. But we're investing our money into other things. So we already have a 5-unit real estate thing.
You're
Amazing.
investing into real estate.
Yeah.
Like a complex, like
Yeah.
what is it called? A
Multi-unit, yeah.
multi-unit. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And now we're turning into like another 60 unit. So like really trying to focus on that.
60? Wow.
60?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's amazing.
And I say we, obviously not me, but we're married. So
Well, no, you.
Yeah.
If
yeah.
you're emotional support to him, then it's
Yeah.
equally you.
It's definitely not my forte, but I'm definitely like a big like support thing behind it, which I think is almost more important.
You can pick the
100%.
decor.
Oh, 100%.
You'll pick the decor.
That's really cool. I love that. It's really
Yeah,
smart.
and smart.
I like that you're diversifying. I
Yeah.
think like I have a love-hate with social media because it's just like, it's social media. It has negative effects, positive effects. I agree with you though. It's cool what you can do with it. I find it very interesting, but to put all your eggs in one basket, not smart. So it's clear that you guys are just so much more than just content creators and influencers,
And we definitely want to be we will definitely always be some way online, I think, but we don't want to rely on that as our lifestyle and how to like afford life and do things like that.
I really respect that.
Well, it also changes too. Like for me, a big struggle comes from like posting my children. Like I wonder how you feel about that, because like I was really into like trying to be an influencer, but in my soul, I hated it. Like I don't really care. And so it's like just more about my businesses and having a presence, which is hard because it's like you can feel that.
Yeah.
And like I was like posting my personal life. And then it got to the point where I was like, my babies. And I'm like, I'm not showing my kids nipples online. Like that feels weird. There's like predators, you know? So then like I now only post
their nipples.
Just their nipples.
I'll add you to my close friends so that you can see my babies.
Please,
but like I only post to my close friends now for that. And it's changed my perspectives. Like I wonder, are you going to post your kid? Like what?
So it's actually been like a huge conversation that we've had well before even getting pregnant. One thing that we decided is we're not going to, I'll share her name when she's born. And then after that, nickname only. I don't want to keep saying her name because yes, our followers for the most part, I'm sure, are great humans.
Of course.
But the pedophiles like know, social media. And like, sorry if I'm not supposed to use that word.
Pedophiles?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Sexual predators?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
it's
Rapists?
scary.
It's
I don't
really
fucking
scary.
want them near our kids.
Right. But then also like, what we decided, we're not going to say her name in every video. And we're not going to allow any clothes with full name. So I have a sweater that has her first initial, but like and I'm not judging anyone who does this by any means, but us just being in front of the screen and like kind of easy access.
You have to be more cautious. 100%.
So like, I don't want my kid at the park with like her name on her hat. And then like some pedo is like, okay, cool. Her name is Sarah. And I know she at least lives in this area because you can tell from like, posting. And I know their last name, so you can easily go up to like a school, like, oh, I'm here to take out Sarah Cooney, like I'm her uncle. You know what I mean? Like just like
100%.
So trying
it bugs you out when you spiral out of control thinking about, and then it's like a different world when you're protecting like a little girl and a human. It's like, what don't I think about? Because I went back through all my posts too, and I was like, where can you identify like where I live?
Yeah.
So I deleted every post like that. And I was like, I don't want that. That scares the shit out of me.
And you watch movies and you're like, my kid's not leaving my home.
No, literally.
No, it's scary.
It's a scary world.
It's so crazy. Right now, thankfully, when we move, it'll be, you might know what town maybe we live in if you're familiar with the town, but like it'll be less obvious where we physically live. Right now, we're not as scared because we're in like a safe security apartment. So you can't get up to us even if you know where we live. But in Boston, it's so hard because you can just tell from like architecture where people live. Like,
I mean, we had that conversation prior to this starting where I'm like, I think I know where you live.
Right.
It's like super weird. Super weird.
So, I mean, I'm happy
we're coming over.
That. Oh,
I'm kidding.
Always come over. I got cheese for you
We're
guys.
fully
You kidding me?
antisocial.
cheese.
We'll never come over. Don't worry. It's fine. We'll just meet up here.
Yeah.
So you're pregnant.
I'm pregnant.
Baby girl.
Yes.
Blessed.
Yes.
Literally 2 baby girls in 14 months. So like.
I want 2 under 2. It sounds crazy, but I want that.
No.
I like chaos.
I want 150 children. I love chaos. Live, thrive in it. It's incredible. Plus, it sounds to me you have an incredible marriage. There's a few signs I've heard. One, the way you two communicate about everything.
It's huge. I feel like you guys are on the same page, and I don't even know him.
Yeah.
Like I'm on the same page with you two too. I'm here.
I like that he praises you as the woman. Like it's her word is bond. Like I've noticed that in a few of the posts where it's
I
like,
love that too.
Like she's going to the CVS bag. I want you to know I literally spit my drink out when you threw the bag out.
That was so real.
I was fucking. I could tell you really, really did not know, and
I
like
was
you were.
shook.
Yeah, it was amazing. But it's obvious. Like it's just genuine. So I'm excited for you guys because it is a joy. Like I hate when people are like, did we? Like I don't like the negative side of parenting. I'm all about the positivity of it. It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
And especially when you have that base bond, you guys are going to just love life even more.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Just getting
social
started.
media ever get hard for you? Like, are you ever like down on some days?
Yes, definitely less now than earlier days. You kind of just have to build your own strong backbone and like let it go in one hand, out the other. I think one thing to always remember is, like sad people hurt people hurt people.
Totally. Yeah.
So you have to like kind of remember that. But also at the end of the day, like one thing, I think Kevin says this, and I might be messing up the celebrity, but like you never see Justin Bieber commenting hate on other people's posts because he's busy.
Right.
He's busy. He's working. So people who are commenting negative things on a stranger's post, like, wow, maybe get a second job.
Yeah.
Like you're bored.
Get something to do.
100%.
You're bored. You should be working harder. So it's kind of like,
I feel that way about a lot of
with that.
topics though, to be honest. Like, this is probably something I shouldn't say, but like even politics.
Yeah.
Like if you're like so hardcore that like you need to be like posting about your politics, like all this shit, like shut up and go get busier.
Right.
Like get a little soul busy. You know what I mean? Like it's just like, come on. There's never a time where I'm sitting there being like, let me hate on the celebrity or like they're human.
They're literally, and you might have like, it's natural. We all have certain like opinions or whatever about people, but to physically go and sit there and comment about it is just so insane to me. So I'm like, you can't even take it offensively. I definitely think it got, one thing, Kevin and I were dying laughing because I'm like, Kevin, you got to announce that we're pregnant and everyone's just congratulating you. The stuff women get, and a lot of it will be from people that, it's not hating or hateful stuff or like rude stuff. It's just the unsolicited advice, opinions. And like you said, like people always want to say, oh, just wait for this. Like you won't sleep again, blah, blah, blah. Great. Maybe I won't sleep again.
And maybe
but,
I
like,
want that.
Right. Well,
Like, what do you know that me too.
It goes against my belief system to say things like that. Like, first of all, I do sleep.
Yeah.
I sleep great.
Yeah.
I get a 93 sleep score. Some nights I don't.
Yeah.
Love the aura. Sometimes I don't. Of course, I have young babies, but for the most part, I do.
Yeah.
But why are you manifesting for me?
Didn't you know that when you were having children?
Right.
Like, that's my only thing. But, like, with your TTC journey, like, I follow it, and I actually really appreciated it because, like, you don't feel alone. But, like,
trying to conceive
TTC. Or banging with a purpose.
I have
That's
not
what
heard
Kevin
that
calls
one.
it.
That's what Kevin calls it.
Yeah, banging with purpose.
But I saw some of the comments and I like even I think we're friends. I'm like messaging you. I'm mad at these people posting and I'm not even a part of it. I'm like, can you just like let her live? Like
what? Can you guys explain to me what you're talking? So like you started to.
I just think people have opinions and they're like, try this, try Mucinex, do this, have sex at this time. Or
How
like,
long did you try to get pregnant?
So I was diagnosed with endometriosis when I was 16. So I actually expected my journey to be very long, and I was very fortunate that it took us 6 cycles to get pregnant.
Okay, that's
which is amazing.
Yeah.
Like you definitely still got emotional during, like any note was emotional, even when like in your mind, you know, like, okay, like
it's the worst.
It just, it sucks. So like there's certain months where like you feel like you truly are pregnant. Like you might not experience like symptoms, but like,
you fully believe that.
Yeah.
I would get my period and be like, implementation bleeding.
Oh no!
Like
no,
I call Rachel.
Did you go into the forums by chance?
No, I stayed off of everything.
Oh, that was very smart.
Yeah.
It took me a year to get pregnant with my first daughter, which is why my second daughter came so quick because we were like, yeah, we're fine. And then first try, got pregnant.
I love that.
But it is a very painful time when you are trying and you are unclear why you're not getting pregnant. And then I think honestly, it's kind of, I sometimes think it's better to stay quiet.
Yeah.
I know that what you did was smart because you helped other people, but also for mental health, like when you're trying, it's so annoying when people talk and say shit and they're like, try this, do this. Good. I'm like, shut.
But then when you're in the public eye
up.
and you are posting, you like you said, you are helping people because other people, that's all people want to know is about your endo for some reason. Because I think
why it's a big topic.
Is it a big topic for you?
I try to talk about it a lot. I think what was really difficult for me, and I posted this and literally say out of 10,000 comments, there was one that was like a little sassy. But everyone is so, so good. But I experienced a lot of pregnancy guilt once I found out I was pregnant. Because I think that when I went into this, I just assumed it was going to take me a while. But I was very positive about it. Because you don't know. Whether you have endometriosis, PCOS, or not. Like, you just don't know. But I went into it being like, okay, you know what? Like, this was kind of the plan for me. Like, I have a platform because I'm going to be the person people can relate to. And I like took that on fully and I was ready for it. And I was like, I can handle this. I already like thought if I have to go through IUI, IVF, I'm good.
Honestly,
like,
that's kind of you though.
Thank you.
It is giving to the followers, like giving the truth.
Yeah.
Because it does make it even harder for you. So I feel like that's like, people have to recognize that. That's like a sacrifice.
I'm sad
you
you felt guilty. You felt guilty because other people weren't and you did.
Well, and that's what I was like,
Well,
I allowed
journey.
myself to be and like there's still people going through and I felt like so many people were like, oh, she has endo, like not like getting happy that I may struggle, but like finally someone I can kind of relate to, like it's probably going to take her a while. So then when I did get pregnant, I felt bad that these people were like, cool. So someone with endo got pregnant quicker than me, and I don't know why I'm not getting pregnant.
Yeah, but there's other things that have to do with
misery
your
loves
lifestyle.
company.
You go to the gym every day. You eat super healthy.
Yeah, how about above all of those things, your mindset?
Yeah.
Literally, you just said it from the beginning. You were like, I was positive from the jump because you were realistic.
Yeah.
That's the part I
Everyone's the
respect.
same. I could compare myself to every single person on the planet. Like, that's not fair.
That's what's tough now too, is like now I'm getting all these messages, which I wish I could cure infertility, and I will never pretend to act like I know what active infertility feels like, because I don't. I was very fortunate that I didn't have to, and hopefully I never will. But you never know. A lot of people go through secondary infertility, but But I was diagnosed
Shield up. I'm protecting you from that.
You're not getting it.
But I was diagnosed with endometriosis when I was 16. So you're told at 16, before you're ready to have kids, that you might have trouble getting pregnant. And you hear these stories from people like, oh yeah, like it took me 2 years and 3 rounds of IVF. So like at such a young age, you're already in the mindset of, oh, this is going to be really tough for me. So again, I'm not going to pretend like I know the emotions people go through actively in infertility. But for 15 years of my life, I struggled. I mentally struggled. I feared this chapter. I like cried so many times. There were conversations with Kevin in the very beginning of our relationship that I had to be like, hey, I have endo. Like, it might take us a while. We might have to go through this. We might have to financially prepare for this. Like, also doing the deed you have to do to get pregnant kills. So like our relationship, like we're going to have to be like comfortable with that. So
It hurts you?
it kills.
Endo hurts.
Now it doesn't while pregnant, which is really cool. But yeah, sex
You're saying
kills.
sex hurts you with endo? Mm-hmm. Really? I didn't know that.
What is endo?
So basically, your lining that you shed during your period, the tissue that grows on the inside of your uterus, mine grows on the outside and attaches to different organs.
What?
So like I've had 3
That's what
removal
that is?
surgeries. Yeah.
Jesus.
Because you don't bleed. You don't have a period?
They stop it with, or
Birth
one
control.
of the treatments, not always for everyone, one of the treatments is stopping your period, but this is well beforehand. Like, but I would get it, you have like, the cramps can be equivalent to labor cramps. But my periods would last 2 weeks.
Looks like
They
you're
were never
prepared for
regular.
labor, honey.
I'm going to try natural, not because I'm like against anything, because I'm like, I've dealt with this. I'm just curious if my body can.
You're like, I really need to.
Yeah,
Leland in there did 2 natural births.
Oops.
You can talk to her about
it. Yeah. I mean, and like people, I also think about, and I'm not saying it's easy by any means. Like, I've also never been through it. And if I need an epidural, or if I feel like I want the epidural, oh, I'm taking it. But I also think about all these teenagers who just like have babies in their high school bathrooms and then go back to class. And I'm like, maybe it could be like that, like mindset.
I love you. You really do approach with the positivity. No, it's really nice. I think that the good news is about what you're saying is like you enter into the situation knowing that if you want an epidural, you get one, and there's no shame in that, and then you just kind of figure it out as you go, and you'll figure out your threshold through labor.
Yeah.
And I'm sure people have opinions on that.
I haven't announced that one yet, so I'm sure after this
here
episode.
you go.
Here you go.
It's
We open
coming.
it up.
But I think at the end of the day, like, isn't the birth plan for you and baby to survive and be healthy?
Yes.
So
I got to
As long as
7
that
centimeters
happens.
without an epidural
that's amazing.
and then got the epidural. It was not by choice.
Yeah.
It was not by choice. I've dilated very quickly on my second.
Slipping right out.
Yes.
Went very fast.
My sister-in-law, she actually just gave birth about 2.5 weeks ago. We went up to watch my nephew while she gave birth. She left the house. Then she sends us a picture the next morning, like, oh, he's here. And I'm checking her hospital bracelet, and it says 11:08 p.m. And I was like, hold on, you left at 9:30 p.m.
Like a 2-hour delivery.
A 1.5 hour labor since her water broke. She got there, she was already 9 centimeters dilated. And she's like, wait, I want an epidural. And they were like, honey, we don't know if we have time for that. So they gave it to her, but they couldn't set up the IV in time. The baby was already coming out. So she was like, I got the needle, but I didn't get the benefits of an epidural.
No.
You're fucking lying.
So she's like, I just got a lot of pain.
No.
She just had the epidural
For
without
fun.
the stop it.
For fun.
Yeah, who gets
horrible.
an epidural for fun? Yeah, I mean, it's all just part of the process. Yeah, I was watching the movie Soul the other day, and it was like one of the greatest experiences of the universe is that you forget childbirth. I mean, like, it's fine while you're in it, you get it done, and then you just carry on and you push another one out.
Right.
This is what it is.
I always said to people, and by always, the past 2 months.
I always say,
Always.
in the last 8 weeks.
But I'm like, okay, so like everyone says no, literally. Everyone's like, oh, you forget childbirth because of like how beautiful and you want one, all this. I'm like, do you forget first trimester though? Because that's tough. You do. I already pretty much, I'm like, all right.
Yeah,
like,
you've already moved on. Like you don't even, you're in a nice stage right now. It's a beautiful stage.
Yeah, it's not bad. Right now, just the insomnia, which is really fun when Kevin's snoring next to me and I can't.
Oh my God, you need to put mouth tape on him.
I know. It's only when he's in a certain position, so I'll just kick him and he'll move and
he'll be fine. Yeah.
And then the hip and back pain, but that as well, like, it's fine. It just means my body's growing. Like, how beautiful is that?
Do you have a body pillow yet?
Not yet. I have this like little thingy that's just not working. Honestly,
you need the body pillow will help you.
Oh yeah.
The key to sleeping pregnant is your back. So you have to shove something in your back.
She still uses it.
I still use it.
It is comfy.
My husband literally is like, this is the anti-cuddle
it looks
pillow.
like a big penis. Two,
I
a
guess
dual
what it
penis.
is.
I'm like, I don't know.
Double dicks.
It's literally, I was in your bed the other day and I was like, get this the
I
fuck
live-
off the
It
bed.
really is. My dad always had one because he has a sciatica and like 10 discs that are effed up.
Sciatica sucks. I
Yeah.
get my leg.
It's very, very nice.
Yeah.
I promise
buy
you.
one on the way home.
I'll send you. I've tried every single one they sell on Amazon. I'll send you the links to the one I like. So you're feeling good.
Feeling great.
now, but
Yeah.
first try was hard for you.
I had I didn't throw up at all, which was great. I had the all day nausea, the all day headaches, which I learned to love because I was like, oh, good. That means like we're good. Like the days I would feel better, I would actually panic. So I didn't mind that. I also was very fortunate that I could relax, you know. And then the most fun was probably I kept passing out. First time was scary. After that, I was just like, this is annoying.
As in like vagal fainting?
Literally like full unconscious on the floor, yeah.
Like when you were just like randomly.
Usually if I was standing and then in church. So the up and down, really, I like couldn't,
Interesting.
my blood pressure kept dropping.
Interesting. I've never
So I
heard
couldn't go
that.
to church for a little bit.
Do you go to church every Sunday?
We try.
I was just going to ask
would
you,
say
so
it's
you
not-
and Kevin are the same faith.
Yes.
That was something that was like huge for you.
Yeah.
I love that you go to church or try to go every Sunday. That's nice.
We I went to church my whole life growing up. My priest actually we had on our podcast and it's called like cradle Catholics, like or cradle religion for anything. Like you grow up, you're not like forced to go, but kind of. You don't really listen, you know, whatever you say, you're
just
like
like there
faithful. Yeah.
kicking.
And then after college, like I just stopped going. Same thing with Kevin. And then when we moved in together is actually when we started going back together.
That's so nice that
And,
you
like,
went
I
even
love it,
prior
yeah.
to having. I think it's good to have spirituality, whatever the
Yeah,
faith is, just like
exactly.
something to believe in.
I just can't imagine like dying or going through hard times or like right now not having something to believe in because it's truly
yeah.
what's kept me sane.
Yeah.
I feel that way. We're Jewish, but I don't really look at religion as religion. I just look at it as like a spirituality of like connectedness to one.
Yeah.
To me, that's what all religions really just mean.
Right.
And like through everything I do, like
Yeah.
I even before, like I went from a really hard meeting to this conversation. I was like, spirits, guides, and angels, please let my brain reset so I can like have a normal conversation to be a human. It's just like, who are you talking to in your head?
Yeah.
I love that.
Absolutely.
That's nice.
So, and it can be, you know, a different personality even. Like,
Really?
I'm sure lots of people have those. But yeah, no, just having something, it truly is what like keeps me, I think, just grounded and okay. I mean, we're all going to deal with shit in our lives.
100%. We're all going to suffer at some point.
Yeah. I mean, it's normal. So
What is
I
your
actually
family
study
sorry.
that. I look into suffering a lot. Like because I'm a positive person, I like to look into like what suffering looks like and how do you remain positive in suffering. It's actually like a very interesting topic, but it's interesting you say that because
that's
it's
what it's
true.
most important though, right? Like
Yes.
it's all so easy to stay positive when things are going good. It's like how do you
Exactly.
stay positive in the downfall?
When you're being challenged.
Yeah.
When your spirituality and your faith is being tested. That's the hard thing.
Yeah.
It's good to prepare for those things though.
Yeah.
I like
think
that.
nothing prepares you for trying to have a baby though. Like I just as a girl, cause like you don't like try before the time you're supposed to. So like, I totally understand. Like I always said to my mom, I was like, I want to have kids. I want to have kids. Like it was always on my mind. It was never like, I'm not going to be able to always, like I never always
Right.
thought that, but I'm always like, when am I going to test it? Cause like, you don't know.
Well, I think we grow up being told
Yeah.
that like you need birth control and that it's so easy to get pregnant. And then like when you're like, okay, I'm ready. You're like, oh, wait, what?
One thing I would love to advocate more for, and again, zero judgment for anyone's decision on anything, but is for like all girls, but again, not all because do what you want, is to get off birth control. I think it would be so beneficial if we all just learned and understood our cycles and went off of that because there's 5 days a month that you can even kind of get pregnant. So like
And no one knows that, by the way.
Well, that's
you don't
what I
know.
mean.
My
It's
friends ask me. I'm like, I don't know. I'm trying to. I don't even know. Like,
then you get to this chapter where you're like, okay, I'm ready. Let's go. And you have to like learn.
it's
all this
very
info.
odd. It is super odd. And then you
Yeah.
watch like people get pregnant that are next to you who literally like blink and they're
Yeah.
pregnant, and which is fine. No one cares. Like I try not to get upset when other people are, because like I'm genuinely happy for people.
Right.
But I think what's tough is TikTok, because when you're on the TTC like algorithm,
it's all you
you're like
see.
thrown through like
Yeah.
I agree with you though. I
10
mean, I think
loops.
everything in this country is ass backwards, but like if you really think about like the way we're educated on our bodies is so sad. I would love to
Yeah,
advocate
it's
for
so
that
sad.
too.
Yeah.
Because the truth is they're really, why aren't we educated more on the cycle in like layman's terms of like what the cycle means and the phases and the moods associated and what you're dealing with and when you actually can get pregnant and all of these different things.
even
like
food. If
Yeah,
I knew what I
100%.
knew now when I was previous younger, like I wonder if I would have been overweight. Like truly, like the things you know now.
it's hindsight's 2020. It's
I hate when you say that.
it means that if you look in the past, it seems clearer now.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, if you were taught those things more, were you taught that? Or were you taught 100
I was
calorie packs
taught-
from the Oreo drawer?
I was taught firsthand by experience each month seeing no on the pregnancy test what it meant to not get pregnant so easily.
Yeah.
And I was like, is something wrong with me? I think the hard part is the moment where if you have never experienced a pregnancy, you're in that unknown of like, can I get pregnant?
Yeah.
Can I get pregnant? Will I ever get pregnant? You know what I mean? Whereas I think some people who like have had a miscarriage are like, oh, at least I know I can get pregnant.
I think
like at
that.
least, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they like think that in their head. But I think like you say 6 months and you're like, oh, I had pregnancy guilt. That means 6 times that you saw no on a pregnancy test, that fucking hits
That
you in the
sucks.
kidney where it hurts every month.
It sucks.
It's like 18 times because you're like, well, maybe like if I test at night, actually I'll be,
The
so.
mentalness that spirals from trying to get, it's really, and thank God you didn't enter the forums because the forums are fucked up. It's like trying to conceive with dear husband, day 8, like it's,
Dear husband?
Yeah, DH. It's like dear husband is like, they have all these abbreviations. It's like cycle day 18, da 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 da.
I don't even know.
It's fucked up.
crazy.
Do you have an Oura ring? Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
That
Basal body.
really helped linking to my Natural Cycles app.
We love it.
So
Well,
I definitely
what's-
recommend that to everyone.
Yeah, it's a helpful tool.
Yeah, but it is tough because I've gotten DMs from people like asking one girl, and it's not her fault. It's not that she was like I'm so dumb, and I'm like, you're not dumb. We weren't taught these things, and
Right.
you have to do your own research. But so she got the Oura
You're
ring.
sweet that you answer and that you help.
I try. I won't lie. Having a girl, your patience gets really low, and I have to sometimes sit back and be like, okay, this is someone like genuinely asking a real question because they don't know. But oh my god, hormones are crazy. So I do apologize when I sometimes get.
I get
saucy.
red quick. I'm saucy.
I have to
Yeah.
like step back.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, but she was like,
It happens
I know.
with pregnancy, but then also when the baby comes out and you're like a little shorter
and, like,
tempered.
Yeah,
a little
especially in
bit.
the first few weeks.
Yeah.
I'm sure too.
Gotta work on yourself more then.
Yeah, we're working on it
It's
now,
all good.
honestly.
It's all good.
But she had messaged me and she's like, I don't think my Oura ring is like working. Like I log my periods, but like it's not telling me when like I should be fertile. And I was like, oh, well, have you like confirmed with ovulation tests? And she was like, what is ovulation? And it like broke my heart though, because I was like,
That is so sad.
like, this is what I mean. I think we should just be so much more educated. And I think that like a lot of oopsies wouldn't happen if we were just educated. Because I know me at 16, or not even like oopsies, a lot of people wouldn't be losing it before they actually feel ready,
Right.
because it would be like a normal conversation opposed to like, oh, just like get yourself on birth control so we don't have to deal with it
know.
and shut up.
Right.
Like, learning my cycles. So I didn't have my period for 11 years. So then or 13 years. So learning different like hormones and like
Is that birth
bloating.
control? They stopped it? Or-
Yeah, I
Oh,
had
okay.
a pill that I took continuously for 10 years, and then that kind of like stopped working just because my body got used to it. And then I went to an IUD, and that was great as well. But it just that like, so then once I had to like get my period again, I was like, why am I so bloated this week? Like, why am I more emotional this week? And like, we're like not taught, but like almost forced to shut that off for so long. And we don't even know what these hormones are doing to our body. So then you do go try to get pregnant. It's like, oh my God, was it because I stopped my period for 13 years? Like what, like why?
Right.
Did I do something wrong?
scary.
Yeah. So I just think like I would love if we, again, everyone can make their own decision what they do, but in my birth control was because of my endo. Like I went on it first to treat that. But like, I just wonder if so many people would feel better mentally if they just learned to track their cycle opposed to being forced to go on birth control.
Well, I agree with you. And I'm not for the medicine or the medical world being apply all. And now that I look back, I see like, oh, here's your first gyno appointment. We recommend birth control.
Always.
I find that very odd.
And for acne, you're normally going through puberty and getting acne like everyone. If you go on birth control, that could help it.
Yeah, how about let's try like a salicylic acid or something? Like
literally stop eating dairy for a second.
Yeah,
and
like
see if
maybe
you,
let's get to the root cause of something
Yeah.
for once in our lives.
It's actually scary.
It's
No,
like
it's
really
very
sad.
scary. Well, I mean, I'm glad that things are changing now and that we're starting to get more educated. That's great.
Yeah.
But I mean, like even for me, like my cycle, I didn't understand it until like I went to a specialist and had like ovulation. They were helping me figure out with an ultrasound when I was ovulating.
Oh, wow.
And every single month for a year, I thought that I was ovulating earlier than I was. Mm-hmm. I ovulated
Sex on
about
the wrong day.
Yeah, like
3 days after the time I thought when it said peak on the ovulation test. I ovulated 3 days after that.
so wild.
Which most people ovulate 12 to 24 hours after
Right.
that.
I actually think it might be our genetics because I think I'm similar to you.
Yeah. So it's, but like how the hell would I ever know that?
No, you
like
wouldn't.
I'm
And the
dropping an
doctors don't
egg
want you
3
to do
days
anything.
later. What?
I was saying, like, and the doctors don't, not to say they don't do anything, but it's like, oh, well, try for at least a year before we'll even do a blood test. What if you just did the blood test? I'll pay for it.
Right.
If you do it in the beginning,
I will pay for it out of pocket. I don't even give a shit.
100%. Like, and I understand not everyone can do that, but like for a lot of people, like I'm sure they would. And then that could save me a whole year of crying every month and feeling awful and like.
It's a painful process.
You know?
I will say this, like my positive self goes back to you become a mom, I think, when you start trying to have a baby. Mm-hmm. The worry, the fear, all the things that come into play, these thoughts what I've learned is what motherhood is, because then a being comes out of you that you love more than anything, with a person you love more than anyone, and you're looking at them operate in the world and you're like, my heart's outside my body. How can I function? How can I live? And like, I had to learn to live with certain thoughts and like cope with them. And so I think part of that happens in the trying to conceive phase.
Yeah. Okay. I like that.
That's my spin on it. I really do. And I think that the torture some people go through is to prepare you for that. But also, like, you can't white knuckle pregnancy. I've once heard that like babies choose you, like their soul
I was just gonna say you wouldn't have had
chooses you. If I had gotten pregnant 1 month earlier, I wouldn't have the daughter I have now. I don't want any other daughter.
Yeah.
So like, I think it all
that.
aligns. It all makes sense.
She's so funny.
Like, I don't want any other daughters than the daughter. I mean, I want more daughters, but like, I
me
love
little
my
boy.
daughters.
I'm Auntie Boy.
Why?
It's
she
very
it's a
odd.
thing.
She actually gives something called side eye, and she goes, "What are you doing, little boy?"
No, it's the.
And we're
I'm
like,
like, do you have a
what?
personality? It's
Why
so
are you
weird.
saying little boy?
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
let's
that's
transition that though, because I was going to ask you about like your family. Like your
Yeah.
mom, is she like shocked you're on social media and like is she cool? She loves it.
They die laughing now because they're like, hold on, you got, and I'm not using this term legitimately, but they'll be like, you got famous because of the way you talk. We all talk like this. Why aren't we famous? Why didn't I do
So
this?
it's so funny. We were making the question list, like, or talking about like things we wanted to ask you. And as I looked closer at your family, I could just tell like the relatability of them is so similar to ours.
You're very close.
Like they'll
Yeah. Oh,
shit on you. They shit on us. Like they don't even take us seriously. They're like, you guys are fucking turds. So like, I was like thinking to myself, your family must have a funny dynamic with you being.
My brothers make fun of
hilarious.
everything we post.
Really?
They'll be like, what? Because Rachel posts a lot of like, meditation stuff. And they're like, what are you, like Gandhi?
Oh, yeah.
Like we're
Oh,
like,
the other day I was in the pool and Michael said something about like thinking I was cool. And I was like, I don't like think I'm cool. He's like, well, why does anyone even think you're cool? Because you like invented a hair product. He was like, no one cares. And I was like,
I got
Michael,
a million DMs
fuck
about
you.
how much they love you guys.
Oh, thank
Saying
you.
I was doing
Thank
this.
you.
So
Thank
people
you.
do think that you're really
Yeah.
cool.
So fuck you, Michael Rubin.
Yeah.
fucking dick.
Exactly. Michael
Yeah,
Rubin,
no,
too.
that's our brother. Oh
yeah,
yeah, that's
he's famous.
Also,
Yeah.
they have matching
like,
names.
oh, shit,
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's
Definitely not
that's
him.
our brother. Like we have the Kardashians
go to the
over on
White
the weekend.
No, yeah, they're awesome, but it is funny. Like my sister calls me 20 times a day, if I'm like, oh, I'm at Market Basket. She's like, I know because you post every second of your life. So I saw your
Market Basket.
story.
I love
fucking
her.
love
you sound like she
Market
sounds like me,
Basket.
and you're like Rachel. Are you older?
I am. I'm the middle
Yeah.
child too. So let me tell you, middle child syndrome is so real. Are you the middle
child.
Yeah.
Oldest.
Yeah.
How many? Don't say how many siblings are in your family?
Yeah.
How many kids?
I'm just the middle of three. So I have an
Okay.
older brother who literally could murder someone, may have, for all I know. And like,
Is he the blonde, tall one?
no, that's Kevin's brother-in-law. My brother looks.
I like him. He's funny.
He's hilarious. Yeah, I love him. We actually have like those intellectual conversations, and people are like, Kevin's family is like singing and dancing, and me and Austin are like, so. It's like so funny.
I love the dynamics of family like that, like the different relationships.
Oh yeah,
you're a family
really
girl,
cool. And so is Kevin. So that like makes it so amazing and beautiful. And not to say difficult by any means, but like we're all so close. Where sometimes I feel like some people's situations are like easy when it's like, oh, he doesn't even talk to his side of the family, so you just deal with one. But like our families are so great where like we can easily divide every holiday and no one's getting upset. Like we're able to spend
amazing.
It's like really, I'm very fortunate.
I once read that people who live the longest lives have like the largest support system, and that it has to do. That's the number one sign of living a long life and longevity is that you have like family like that, multiple people you feel like you could lean on.
Yeah.
I
and
find
also
that
you
interesting.
want to live life like, for them too, you know, like
a will.
lonely.
Maybe it's a will.
Right.
I know,
That's
especially
true.
as you get older, I feel like my family is like who I want to be with. I don't know. It just,
I have no friends.
Yeah.
I mean, I do have friends. I like them.
This
but, like,
is a form of friendship for me, is like this podcast, because
Yeah.
like I'm so awful. And as I get older, I find like I'm getting worse.
I don't even, it's like I have friends, but like it's just like if I can hang out with my husband, I want to hang out with him. Like I just,
100%.
I don't know. It's just how I always felt.
Yeah, but you guys, I think you're saying that with the basis of your husband's your friend.
Right.
I don't know if all people
Is our
feel
husbands
that
our friends?
way.
I mean, sometimes I want to fucking kill him, but it's fine.
That's
But exactly, best
definitely
friend.
not. Yeah, I want to kill my best friends too. It's like I want to definitely
Yeah.
fucking kill you sometimes. So it's like it just is what it is. No, but I think that that's a big part of it is like loving
Especially
your
with
family.
sisters. Like how my sisters are my best friends, and then Kevin has two sisters who were all around the same age. Like
She's pretty. I don't only see
Colleen's
one.
twin's very beautiful.
Oh,
I mean,
the
Kevin's twin is very beautiful, and so is his older sister.
He has a twin?
Twin? Oh, do you think
Are
we're
you
having
having twins next?
I wish I hope I have twins. I want a twin so bad. I want a set of twins so
Oh,
bad.
it's coming next.
It's
twin boys.
we thought this one. Oh, don't tell me
Why? Be fun.
that. That seems
They sound awful.
like a lot. Kevin can be with them too.
Yeah, but he's gonna be so helpful. It's gonna be
Oh my god,
easy.
You should see, every time we get a new outfit, he like rocks it. He's so cute.
He's gonna be a
Stop. That is
hot
really
little
cute.
daddy, hot
Yeah.
little zaddy.
He is going to be a zaddy.
He's gonna be his daddy. Yeah,
You're lucky.
No, I know. But no, yeah, I want.
I can already see
definitely
the
want twins.
content of when he's leaving the hospital in his Nuna, in your Nuna
Oh,
car
the hot
seat.
guy walk.
Yeah, the hot guy
we
walk.
already
It's
have that pinned
happening.
up. Oh yeah,
It's happening.
And then he said he's gonna make me.
I kind of want to be in the room when you deliver. I probably want to come.
I think a lot of her followers
Why
do
not?
too.
I'll hold your hand.
Maybe we'll just like live stream it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, a live stream for America.
Here's my vagina.
Yeah,
Kevin already
100%.
has all these TikToks he wants to do while we're like in the hospital. And, like,
He's a planned boy.
yeah,
I love
he's
that.
Planned. It's so funny, and I'm like, okay, well, you're also gonna have to just like be there.
Do you ever hate him?
No, but it's so funny. We'll have conversations, and like a couple of weeks ago when I was still in the exhaustion phase of pregnancy, and he has like all these ideas to do, and he was like, oh, we should really start getting bigger on this, and like we should start doing this, and we should start doing that, and I just started crying, and like he was like pressuring me to do it. He was just excited and saying like we should do all these things. And I was like bawling my eyes out crying, and he's like, what's wrong? And I was like, I'm just trying to grow a life right now.
I'm growing a
You're
vagina.
like, I'm currently growing a vagina, so
And
like
he's-
I'm gonna need you to back down.
Literally. And like he's so great with that though, like especially the first few, I guess, months. But I'd be like, I'm so sorry, like you've been on meetings all day, and I've literally watched an entire season of
Love Island.
or like 6 seasons of Great. I went back to like my old shows,
What shows?
like Grey's Anatomy, Gilmore Girls.
I watched that pregnant. It's actually just
It's
be
your comfort
careful. It gets a
shows.
little bumpy pregnant. There's like some
I was
moments.
just going to say
tough
pregnant.
ones.
There's some
I'm not
medical.
watching that.
I made a mistake.
Well, SVU was the first month.
Oh,
I
yeah,
wanted
that's
to
a tough
watch.
one.
And
I
people
should
like,
watch
"How?"
But
SVU.
Grey's is so great because it's just so long.
Well, there's like
lovely.
20 seasons.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
What season are you on?
Honestly, so I just got into my Grey's now about 3 days ago. I am already on season 3.
You're a beast.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it's just always on now.
Fucking.
So you're not even paying
So you're like
attention.
on Denny.
Not always.
Denny.
So,
Is
you know
it
what's so funny? That's actually season 2. But
Oh.
I was just talking.
Sorry.
I was just talking to my friend about this because I was like, why is the scene while Denny's dying and they're having the prom for
that
Richard-
scene kills me.
I'm upset
With Izzy and she's going on the elevator.
Oh, that's really sad.
Yeah.
And Alex is carrying her, but Derek and Meredith in the
Karev.
coffee room. Yeah.
Correct.
But no, Derek
you
and Meredith
okay?
in the coffee room when they sneak off from the prom. I'm like,
The interns. She's the intern at that point, right?
she's still the intern.
Yep.
But their dirty scene. It's like my favorite scene
Is it
ever.
sexual? I'm going to
Oh,
watch
it's
it.
sexual. They have sex
It's
in,
like my
in an OR.
favorite scene. I don't know why.
Fuck ORs.
They're one of my favorite couples in TV history, just like
Derek and Meredith?
Yeah,
Or, okay.
Derek
I don't know if you meant Karev and Izzy.
I never
Karev
watched
and Izzy. They just kind of like fizzle out
the
for me.
episode where you finished all of them, right? Like you've already.
Well, be careful. Spoiler alert.
I haven't watched any of the new season just because I'm not as into
neither.
it.
Yeah.
It actually is okay.
Yeah, I think I might try now.
I hated it at first, and then like I rewatched and like I liked it, and it was
Yeah.
okay.
I just haven't. I don't know. After
It's still
Derek
coming
died,
out.
I was like, eh.
It's still active.
Yeah,
It's like an active.
I didn't think Meredith's in it
100-year
anymore.
show.
Ellen Pompeo was like not in
Is
it.
she not?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think she left.
I mean, they've been
Really?
doing it for 20 years. I think they're done.
It's a good one.
They're like, yeah, we're done being fake doctors and nurses.
You know what's a good show to watch pregnant is Parenthood.
Okay.
It's a really good one. There's
That's
a
when it
few
was, like,
seasons.
ABC Sam.
It
Funny.
is, and I'm usually not it with that, but like
so funny.
I really liked that show, Pregnant, and I have lessons and moments I think about from that show still.
That's so funny.
I recommend it.
Okay.
You're
okay.
going on your honeymoon.
Yes, in like 3.5
Pregnant.
weeks.
Oh, well, she's having a
Honeymoon/baby
slutty
moon.
honeymoon.
Oh,
Where are you
know.
going?
Italy.
Oh, so
Have
exciting.
you've been before, right? What?
Oh, Carly's going to send
I'm
you
so
all
excited.
Will you go to
little
Florence?
recommendations.
So we'll be in Florence for 2 days. So I already have
La Giostra, right?
Yep.
Okay, you're good.
10 p.m. reservation.
It's fine. You're fine. You
Oh,
don't.
they had-
It's fine. You don't eat all day there. You walk.
Become a gnocchi.
I've never.
I'm okay with that.
I
I
will
will need
send
good
you.
walking shoes.
I actually got these for Italy.
Do you
They're
like
cute.
pancakes? Or no?
What'd you say?
Do you like pancakes or no?
I thought you said they're like pancakes.
No, I would
like,
never
I was laughing because I knew
Guys,
you
I
thought
would
that because
never
she was
say
still
that.
looking at the shoe. Like
I go. No, just me over here asking if you like pancakes.
there's a place called La Milkeria that Carly found that has like.
Well, that's where me and my husband met. So I studied abroad in Italy.
You met at La Milkeria?
No, we met in Florence.
Oh, I thought you were saying like you met
Hey,
at the pancake
Joe,
shop. I was like, that's a fatter story than I thought.
No, but I would take him to the pancake shop and he'd be like,
I stole a pen from that pancake shop. I still have it.
"It's
I
like
love taking pens from places.
Yeah, same.
I like bank pens."
They're good.
Anyways, so are you going to where else?
I'm going to Milkeria now.
Yeah.
So we're doing a baby moon section in Sardinia, which I'm super excited about. We were going to do Amalfi, and I'm like, I'm not walking. And the tourists, and like, I feel like I've been there now that everyone's been there. And like,
It's a lot.
yeah, and I will go. Like,
It's
I know
fine.
I'll go. So Sardinia is very like, just like relaxing, chilling. And I'm like, that's beautiful. That's perfect. It's supposed to be even nicer water than like Bora Bora in the Maldives.
You can kind of go anywhere in Italy and it's like you get the same kind of vibe. Like
Yeah.
the people are the same, the food's really good, and like it's like looking around is nice. Like it's like you can go anywhere and be happy. You don't
That's
have
a really nice baby moon.
it
Yeah.
really
I'm
is.
excited.
So we're doing
for you.
Sardinia, Florence, and then we're actually meeting his family. Had a trip already in Tuscany.
Wow.
So that's
How long are you going?
Anyone going to Italy, I'm
like
so
12 days.
I'm
That's perfect.
so
Yeah.
jealous.
So I'm excited.
That's going to
So
be
you're gonna have the best
incredible.
time.
I
Living
I
your
think
best,
I'm gonna
honey.
do it. My best. Yeah.
You really are. What a beautiful
Definitely
life.
do some sips of wine. You know, it's okay. People in Italy drink a full glass.
You just do whatever
while
people in
pregnant
Italy
every
do.
day. Right.
Yeah.
So
Just follow their
few
lead.
sips.
You won't gain weight there, I can tell you that.
I mean, I'm sure I will.
Well, because of your baby, but you
But
won't
yeah,
gain
not 'cause
extra
of the-
pounds.
Yeah.
I like lost weight and ate pizza and pasta every day. It's super
Well,
weird.
'cause it's like fresh food. That's another thing. Like the food and like whenever people make fun of like, I mean, I'm not going to this level, but when people make fun of like Nara Smith for cooking everything from scratch, I'm like, no, look at the shit in our food though.
No, it's
No, it's
disgusting.
crazy.
I'm
not
very
going to
aware.
that.
Nara Smith is honestly like her content cracks.
I actually don't know who
because
that is.
me.
You do.
You do.
Oh, okay,
She's a
okay.
trad wife. The
Wait, that show's coming out, isn't it?
For the Mormons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually really want
I'm
to
going to watch that.
I don't watch those types of shows, but
Rachel,
maybe I should.
we're watching it.
Any
I'm not fun.
reality TV ones, but I
Don't
think
watch Love Island?
No, I'm not into it. I
And
don't
my
know
best friend's
any
an
reality
editor
TV.
for reality TV. She like does like Housewives of New Jersey, Summer House.
Kevin loves those shows.
Yeah.
What?
Literally.
I would think
Kevin's
you would
a
like.
woman.
They grew up with one TV in their house, like how probably you should have. Where my family was like, all right, TV in every single solitary
we had a
room.
TV in every room.
Every room. So they watched what they watched. Like they all had to watch it together. So he grew up with two sisters. So he's like, I watched what they watched.
100%.
And then he's like, and even the nights that it was my night, like then you have to deal with them yelling. So we just
Love a
watched
man
what-
with sisters, though.
Yeah, it's
Amanda
Joe
with
has
sisters
two
is great.
sisters. Yeah, like it's nice.
Softens them a
Yeah,
bit.
I feel like
Oh,
they're
yeah.
different.
Oh my God, I definitely feel like our brothers are so blessed they had us.
Oh, 100%.
Like we really made them.
Yeah. I mean,
You know?
and even like my brother, like so it was my brother, me, and then my youngest sister, but me and my sister look identical, and then she's like 7 inches taller than me. So, which is why I think I'm so scared of her, because she was always able to like,
Look down.
yeah. But my brother's been with his fiance for 15 years, and like you never really hear that at such a young age, and I think it's genuinely, like he had sisters, like he knew
love
how
that.
to treat women at a younger age. So
They're getting married soon.
yeah. Yes, next June. So it's already the baby's first
You have
vacation.
so much stuff going on over there.
Where's that wedding?
Aruba.
Oh, I've done that. That's really fun. Where
Aruba's
are
fun.
they doing the Hyatt?
The private island. The Renaissance private island.
Bougie as fuck.
I've never been there.
It's so my parents actually got engaged in Aruba, so we've had a timeshare there my whole life. So I've gone forever.
You're one of those.
Oh, yeah,
Are you the
but-
December? Are you December?
No,
Aruba?
June, which is hilarious.
What the fuck?
I
Well,
know.
it's hurricane
Because it's always
season.
this. Oh, it is.
I think so.
It's always the same
You
weather
miss
there.
it, but it is. Yeah, it's always so great.
Aruba's
So
lovely.
I'm
A
really
real
excited.
treat.
I wasn't gonna bring the baby, and then everyone's like, "You have to." So I'm like, "All right, fine, baby's first trip, I guess."
I have some tips for you.
Thank you, because I
Yeah.
was a little. But then my sister already got her whole wardrobe while we were
The
there.
best hack for traveling with a
Wait,
baby.
Rachel's kid's first trip was my wedding.
Really?
Yeah. Yes. The best hack is, you know, those over the door shoe hangers like that have the little. So I saw this on TikTok. You actually just fold all the clothes and make like a diaper.
Excuse me.
Section. Carly found it on TikTok, and you just shove all the clothes in there, and then you roll it up, put it in your suitcase, and then you hang it over the door in the hotel room. So you
was
don't
really
even need
good.
to unpack it.
Yeah.
And it literally, it's just like if your
I
diapers,
can barely pack for myself, so thinking about packing for my fucking
really
kids.
a game
And you need all these
changer.
diapers.
Kill
Have
me.
you seen when they fold the whole outfit together and then the onesie and then the onesie
Yep.
clips around it?
Yep,
I think
I've
I'm
seen
gonna
that.
re-
That's a nice
Organized
idea.
like that.
Oh, I'm actually like diagnosed OCD.
Oh, really? Wow. So there you go.
So
it's
I'm
going to really
just
work
like-
for you.
I feel like you and Kevin's house is like really clean.
He gets so like everything. So the biggest thing for me that actually bothers me most is beds are for sleeping, not for sitting. So if the bed's made and you even try to sit on it, like I will beat you.
I'm scared of you.
Yeah,
I respect that though, because there's some spirituality to that. Like beds are for sleeping, not for eating, not for anything else. Like,
Ew, who the fuck eats in their
well,
bed?
no, there's some.
I know.
I used to. There's some
That's me
psychology.
Fine.
There's
You can have-
psychology to that though. It helps with sleeping.
And then pillows, like like even if like he's sitting on it,
Your
and
not
he's
your
gonna come
nostrils
back.
just flared when you said pillows.
excited about it.
You really like you almost jumped off the couch. You're like pillows.
But no, like everything is very specific. It has to be like, so even if he like moves, I'll like move the pillow back. And he's like, I'm coming back to sit. I'm just going to the bathroom. And
I
I'm
think
like,
it's useful to have someone like you though around because like Mike and I are both like a little disheveled, and when you mix disheveled with disheveled, it's not a good
really
mixture.
disheveled.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
but
fucking extra
when
disheveled.
you mix disheveled with clean, it's not fun because then you feel like you're getting into bubble.
yeah,
all
but
the
then
time.
somebody's accountable for the cleanliness.
I'm the dish. Yeah, I'm not. I'm
So
not.
this is where it works really, really well for us is that he's always clean, but he's not specific. So he doesn't mind that I'm going to make it his way because he also just likes it to be clean. But then he will sometimes be like, what was wrong with my way? And I'm like, they just weren't aligned.
Honey, you're just becoming the housewife of your dreams.
Hangers have to come out. If you take a shirt out, you can't put the hanger back where it was. There's a separate spot for hangers.
Oh, you're not allowed in my house.
Living with
You're
me.
we
would not do
over.
well.
He doesn't like that one because then he'll go try to put a shirt back on. He's like, I wore it for 10 minutes. Now I have to go back into the other closet to get the hanger. And I'm like, it's 2 steps.
Oh my, you are going to be fucking psychotic with kids' toys. Do you even understand the struggle of, I sometimes
heard
just
I need to get
rebuy
over
a
it.
toy.
Yeah.
No, you don't need to get over it. You can absolutely, no, I don't
like
believe
that
that.
about you.
Fun.
I
No,
like
you
that
can do
about
a
you.
great job organizing toys. It's just that the toy organization is my demise. I am not
What's your
innately.
lip liner color?
Oh, thank you. I don't know. Alex Earl actually is the one who got me onto it. I'll
love
Google
Alex
it after.
Earl.
She's the best.
Love
this
that
was like
bitch.
years ago, and it's still like the only.
I love
because
that
this
bitch
is just
too.
Lipstick, lip
She
gloss,
knows her shit.
She does. No lipstick, just lip gloss, and it matches with the lip liner.
It's really nice. You're really nice.
Yeah, I really like you.
Yeah, I really like you.
I really
You're
like
in
you
my
guys.
club. Well, actually, we ask every guest this. So, soul busy, very specific way of living life. And I wanted to ask you, why are you soul busy?
So this might be like, yes, soul busy, but a long answer.
Give it to us.
Yeah, it's gonna be deep, kind of.
Oh,
too.
I like
we
that.
like deep
Obsessed
and
with
long.
something good.
Long and deep.
long and deep. So and
Just
he's-
how she likes it.
Oh yeah. So in East Boston Italians, which is where I'm from, you don't like the house that I grew up in is the house my mom grew up in. You don't leave. They're 3-story
Interesting.
houses. Your whole family's in all of them. Usually, like you'll rent out probably at the bottom or something, and then you grow to be. That's normal, very normal. Whereas like a lot of other places, like you move out. And then you eventually go buy your own house. And then your parents probably sell your childhood house. Not a thing. My house has been in my family since like the 40s. It's just,
Wow.
But it's normal in East Boston. So
That's
like
really cool.
you have kids, you live with your parents. Like it's not weird that you still live home. I
I love that.
I'm the only one who moved out. I'm also the only one who went away for college. I was the first in my family to go to college, and I was the only one who moved away for college. So very big already. And I'm not, I love where I'm from, and I like get really sad sometimes. Like I'll call my family now, and like my brother, my sister-in-law, who they're 32, getting married, like they're still home with my parents. My uncle lives upstairs. Like everyone's home. It's really sad. I'm like not home.
You feel a little left out sometimes.
Yeah, and like, but then it's also I'm so proud of myself for
being where you are.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of guilt, but there shouldn't be, because I don't think one is by any means better than the other. But I think like, isn't it a goal that generationally you're supposed to like improve and, you know, try to set up a life for your kids and stuff? And my parents did absolutely everything. I had everything growing up. We were by no means rich or wealthy or anything, but they gave us everything. And I just think that especially in today's day and age, like you can't get everything living off of what you could back then. So I'm like now on this journey to like, okay, like Boston isn't what it was growing up. I personally don't want to raise my kids here. So like I got out. Yeah, it's just not home anymore. So I do have like this guilt that I left because people don't leave East Boston. But also to like just kind of build that next chapter and like show my kids like you can still be so close to your family and love where you came from and try to grow from that.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of my like.
I love that.
Well, I think you're doing something that would be really scary. I think from your family's perspective,
you're living from your soul.
Yeah, and I love that. You have to do that though.
Yeah.
Because like, can you like sit, Jesus,
sit, hop.
When you're laying on your deathbed and you look back and you're like, oh, I never left that house, or like that wasn't what I wanted to do. Like you got to fight for your own life and do what you want. And I think you're probably paving the way for your brothers and sisters too, to make them feel comfortable.
Well, when you're a positive person, you view change as good. Right.
Yeah.
And
scary,
I think
but
scary, but good. So I see that as a theme in you. It's like you lead with positivity, and I embrace change too. Yeah. I don't fear change at all. I actually love change.
You don't grow without change.
Right.
There's zero growth.
Well, I love
change.
growth. I'm in a growth mindset constantly. I'm actually seeking change, which actually going back to the topic of like being social and friends, like I always feel like I'm a new person. So like, because I'm always in that growth mindset, I always feel like I'm changing, which is probably something you also feel with your family too. Like it's like, you're constantly evolving.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like hard to keep up.
Yeah, no, definitely. And like, it's awesome. I love it. There's guilt that comes with it. But then also I think showing, like you're saying, like to show that and like to like hopefully get other people to go out of their comfort zones and change. It's like Kevin tells me like every day how proud he is for doing that. Cause he's like, that's insane. Like,
well, cause it's not worse or better, like you were saying either. It's just different.
It's so,
You know what I mean? So I think that's
sometimes, and like also like even growing up, like I didn't go to East Boston High. I went to Latin. So I remember I went and picked up.
You went to Latin in West Roxbury?
Yes, in Roxbury, deep in Latin Academy.
How old are you? Boston Latin?
Boston Academy.
Well, that's where Joe went.
Did he go to BLS or BLA?
BLS.
I went to BLA.
Oh, I don't know the difference.
There's really not much.
Is one a girls' school?
It used to be. So BLS used to be the all boys. BLA used to be the all girls. And now they're both the same. My brother went to BLS and got expelled.
Oh.
So I was like, I don't want to go.
So because for Boston, and I agree with you, I didn't like when Joe told me about his school, and like I've met all of his friends. They're all from different parts of Boston.
Yes.
And I'm like, I don't understand.
So it took me a bus, 3 trains, and another bus
Fuck
to get to
that.
school.
Another bus.
But so
No sleep.
No sleep. So I was up at 4:30 every day from 7th to 12th grade. I had to be on.
No.
And then that's why like my parents were able to give me my mom's car because I was having to leave to get on the train at 5:50 every day. Whereas when I was able to drive myself and I could leave at 6:20.
That's a big difference in the morning.
Yeah.
No, Boston school system's weird. You like
because homeroom started at 7:10.
Jesus.
That is crazy.
got
That's
out at
early.
1:40.
Homeroom. We're old.
Oh yeah.
How old are you?
29.
Okay. Not that far off. All right. Well, I really loved this conversation. I feel like
Thank you for being so real.
What's your advice to people listening on like how to live a life that you just love, and like what's the takeaway for you?
I think just like zero judgment from others. Everyone's going to want to give you, I think opinions and advice that people give you are so great because they're coming from a place of experience. But just remember, and this was the same thing with getting pregnant, what I did might not be what worked for you because we're different people, we're different bodies. Like our blood work, like you could just have a higher level of progesterone that's causing this. Right. So take the advice, but only take it with a grain of salt. Like, you know what's best for you. I think something that actually Anna Star, whatever, I love her on TikTok, said is that
I like her too.
Embarrassment is simply like made up. Your embarrassment is purely from other people's judgment. So if you don't care what other people think of you, you cannot be embarrassed. It's literally impossible. So I think like take the advice, but also remember like if it doesn't make you happy, don't do it. Great that it makes them money. Money doesn't make you happiness. Like it makes life easier to a certain extent, but like life is not money. So truly just listen to yourself, what you want to do.
I like
that's
that.
It.
Be intuitive to you.
Yeah.
And I think that's always like a theme of being soul busy in this podcast. Like you can be really busy, but like, are you listening to yourself? Are you happy? Right? So like you're almost saying like put up blinders, but have one blinder down. Listen to the information, but then put the blinder back up and know like when am I listening and when am I just staying in my lane?
Yeah.
I love that.
And just be like, oh, thank you.
Exactly.
You don't have to do it. Like
it's good to take information from other people and be educated and hear opinions, but to don't absorb it.
I had a girl DM me the other day. Sorry, I know we're trying to end it, but
No, I'm not trying to end it at all.
Well, this could go on for hours, but she was saying like, oh, I really look up to you. It was so kind, so nice. And she was like, I was just wondering like how old you are. Cause I would like to like, your life is going really great. Like I'd love to like kind of map my life out at that same point. And I'm like, no, like I appreciate that so much. But that first off, you can't try to do that. You don't know if you might get pregnant earlier because it just happens or later, like, you can't plan your life around what's working for me. We're two completely different people. Kevin and I also knew we wanted to have kids from when we were 12. It was something we talked about right away. If you don't feel ready to have kids at 29, don't have kids at 29.
Well, I agree. It's sad. Like everyone, that's what sometimes sucks about social media.
That's what I was going to say.
Is because like I feel like that pressure of like, let me do what you're doing because I don't have a plan. It's like
that's that Gen Z generation.
You wouldn't have been here if Kevin wasn't the person for you. No. You could have been somewhere else. You have no idea where you would have been.
Like I was so happy single. So.
I like that that's your response to the followers though, because I think that sometimes it's this subliminal message that influencers are trying to say, live like me. And I don't think it's like live like me. I think it's this is how I live.
Yeah.
Live like you. If you'd like to incorporate pieces of me, here's some things I do.
100%. I agree.
I think that that's challenging too, because like I'm always posting my self-care routines. I'm always posting things, and I never want to seem presumptuous and saying like live like this or do this or don't be social or all those things. It's just like this is what works for me.
Right.
You do you.
Yeah.
I love that.
Because we are so different. Like, great, your skin might be clear because you use this. That can make me break out.
Right.
So, like, but that's such a small thing. But that's like, I now take that to the bigger level. Like, just because that's working for me doesn't mean it'll work for you. And it doesn't have to work for you.
Yeah.
Something better could work for you.
Yeah. I love that.
I like that, especially from an influencer in Boston. So.
And especially from somebody who just went through trying to conceive.
Yeah.
Because it is like we talked about, a painful process, and it is very singular to yourself. Like what worked for you is definitely like me ovulating 3 days past peak is probably not the norm.
Right.
So, but maybe it comforts you to know that other people are going through it too.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate your honesty.
Thank you.
And just how open you are on social and just in general. I think you're just like a light.
Don't ever stop. You're funny.
We love you. Enjoy your coffee.
Oh, thank you so much.
Can't wait to meet your baby.
Yeah, Sam's going to be magnificent.
Thank you.
The first letter of her name. Can't wait to find out.
B.
B? Well, you already know?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I know the name.
I know the name.
Bye.